on this episode of A Tale of Two Hygienists.
So I think there's a really big demand for people who aren't yet hygienists but kind of want to see the day in the life or what to expect when they graduate. Because even when I was looking into going into hygiene, like I didn't really do my research, to be honest, and there wasn't really anything out there where I could watch to kind of see what a day in the life would be. We worked together and we kind of just had enough of that like corporate life and business model, and we were like, you know what, like we should just do this ourselves. So what is the incentive for like a dentist to work for me? Like I didn't understand, but it kind of gives them the autonomy as if they own an office without actually owning an office and like having to do all the back end stuff. So they can still kind of just come in and do dentistry and go home and leave their work at the office.
Yeah, this is a tale, oh yeah, a tale of two hygienists. So there might be only one, bringing the best of dental knowledge, and we do it all with ease. We cover oral health and screening, and preventing gum disease. We're gonna do a lot of learning, and have a little bit of fun working at the dentist. A tale of two hygienists.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of A Tale of Two Hygienists podcast, episode number 501. I'm your host, Andrew Johnston, and thank you so much for being with us today. I have a really great interview. Excited for you all to listen to it. Sianna Trudell is our guest today. She's doing the show, and we talk about what it's like to be in the startup phase of opening up your own dental practice in Canada. She's going in on it with a partner, and there are some very interesting things that I never even thought to think about. So we talk about that. We also talk about how her and her friend Kendra started some social media channels. They have really fun content, everybody. They're really funny, kind of silly, but it's just really good, dental content. So make sure you go check them out. The links to all of those, of course, will be in the show notes. She's really awesome, incredibly talented. Enjoy this interview with Sianna.
A tale of two hygienists.
All right, listeners, welcome into the interview portion of the podcast. Joined today by Sianna Trudell. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
This is your first Under One Roof?
It is, yes. And my first podcast ever, so this is exciting, yeah.
Well, we didn't even talk about that, I don't think, beforehand. All right, so, hey, everyone, low expectations. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm really excited because while this is your first podcast, your first time at RDH Under One Roof, you actually really come off as a professional. Like, you are relatively young in the industry, and you wouldn't hardly know it. Like, you're so poised and all that. So congratulations
Well,
on
thank
all
you.
that.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Let's get into your background a little bit. Let's let the listeners know, like, who you are, your experience in dentistry, the things that drive you, why you want to get into dentistry in the first place.
Yeah, well, I did dental assisting before I did dental hygiene school. So right out of high school, I did assisting for a year, and then I went right into hygiene, and that was in Windsor in Canada. And then I did my bachelor's of science with British Columbia's university. Yeah, and then I've kind of been in the field since I was 18. I worked at an office while I was in dental assisting school, and then kind of did assisting while I was in hygiene. So I learned a lot, on the daily basis of seeing patients, a lot more than you would if you didn't have that practical experience while you're going through school. And it kind of made hygiene a little bit easier too. I was able to visualize things a bit better, and I feel like my bedside manner was also a lot better too because I had that experience. Yeah.
Because you've seen it modeled by other people, plus like whatever
Exactly.
you had to do as part of your job,
Yeah.
and refine those processes a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely made me a little bit more confident than I
Yeah.
would have been without that. So
Is dentalist okay? So we're probably gonna not lean too much into the USA versus Canada dynamic. However, I am always intrigued by there are some differences. Here in the US, pretty much every state kind of has its own kind of rules about dental assisting. Of do you need to go through school, on the job train, things like that. What does Canada's makeup look like? Is it everyone has to go through school? Everyone has to be certified? Are they registered? Are they licensed? What does that look like?
so we have level 1 and level 2 systems. I don't know if that's the same in the States.
I think it does. There
Okay.
are some of that if you go through the certification
Okay,
route.
yeah. So the way to become level 2 would be to take a board exam at the end of your schooling. So you're allowed to do like intraoral procedures, like you could do sealants or polishing, that sort of
Okay.
stuff. A level 1 is either you go through school and you don't do the board exam at the end, so you can basically do everything, just not the intraoral procedures. Or if you just have experience and they kind of train you on the job, you're considered a level 1. So, but you're just not able to take x-rays because we have to be HARP certified. in Canada. So that's the only thing. But there is a separate course you can take for that if you don't go through the schooling.
So the level 1, level 2, is there like a demand? I mean, I would imagine if I'm a business owner, I'm gonna just hire level 2s because I'm like, hey, I just need to do it all. But
Right.
is there still a market for level 1s?
There definitely is. I feel like in maybe a peds office, you would want to be
Okay.
level 2 because they do more hygiene. So polishing and
Mm-hmm.
sealants would be
Mm-hmm.
important. But in like a general practice office, not so much. But it's
Okay.
still good to have just to be able to do it if need be.
And then is like the pay scale go accordingly as well? Like, hey, level 1s don't get paid as much as level 2s?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a difference,
Okay,
but yeah.
okay. Interesting. I'm always fascinated by that. But let's go to, like, the registration licensure. I mean, are they registered with the province? Is it a national registration?
They don't have to be registered actually.
Nothing.
It's yeah, they can if they would like to keep up
Yeah.
their CE, but it's not mandatory, so it's up to them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How did you find hygiene school? Was it difficult for you? Is this a in the States, we almost all of us cry our way through hygiene
Yeah.
school.
We cry our way through in Canada too.
Okay, okay, great. Glad we're in this together then.
Mine was a 3-year program. So, first year, because I did assisting first, it felt very similar to assisting. Second year is always a little harder. That's where you get into like your oral facial and your periodontal classes. And I found that to be hard. You also start seeing patients in second year. So, it's just a lot of material condensed and that you're learning very quickly. And then third was pretty chill. So, I think second was the hardest for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good.
I feel the same way. So we didn't ours isn't necessarily like that, but it's
Okay.
like because you had the first year, like, kind of like under your
Yeah.
belt already for the assistant
Yeah.
thing. Our first year, so we had 2 years. Our first year was harder than the second because the second one is
Okay.
now you've heard it several times,
Mhm.
you've done it several times. Now you're implementing it and you've practiced it enough times. It does, yeah, it's a little more chill. It's a little bit easier. But then you get worked out for board exams though. Like if then you have board exams, you're
Oh,
like,
yes. Yeah.
how was that for you? How was that process?
The board exams were good. I used student RDH,
Yeah.
so that was really helpful. She has really good analogies that help me remember things that I
And
still,
she's
like,
Canadian, right?
remember.
So that helps.
Yeah,
Shout out to
and
Claire. We love
yeah.
Claire.
And, I mean, I still, like, remember the analogies in my head now when I'm looking at, like, pharmacology, and I'm like, "Oh, that's a beta blocker." And I just know because of her class, so that was
Yeah.
helpful. But yeah, I remember, like, learning the instruments for the first time, and, like, I had such a hard time with the Explorer, which is, like, so funny to look back on, but they teach you, like, you have to go the distal line angle, and then you turn it, and you go around, the mesial line angle, and I just had the hardest time, and I was like, "What am I doing? This is
So
not gonna be
relatable.
good."
That's so relatable, though.
And then once you kinda get the Explorer, the
Mhm.
rest is basically the
Yeah.
same, but I was like, "What am I doing? I shouldn't have done this."
Big
But
mistake, right?
big mistake.
Hey, I wanna go back to Claire for just a quick minute. On
Yeah.
this podcast, those of you that have listened since, I don't know, I wanna say it was Under One Roof 2016, maybe even 2017. I'm pretty sure it was 2016. Whenever Claire started her gig, she came on and my co-host at the time and I were quizzed by her.
Oh.
I can't remember. I wanna say it was either farm or it must have been farm, and I failed really, really hard, and it was embarrassing for that to be out to the world. So, she's been a friend for a long time. I really like her. Okay, so let's move into okay. So you've been practicing. You've been doing this thing. You've been in dentistry for a bit. When did the social media stuff kind of start evolving for you?
Yeah, we started it first or second year of hygiene school. I had started it first. I was kind of posting pictures of like my typodonts and stuff, but like never showing my face. I was really shy back then. Things have changed, but back then I was really quiet. Then I ended up talking to my good friend Kendra, and I was like, we should, start posting our faces. Like we should do this as a joint account. And then it just kind of took off from there. Just like consistency was really key, and like posting relatable content and kind of trending content, and it kind of really took off. We've had such amazing opportunities. We've met incredible people, and like the friends that I've made, I would have never made if it wasn't for social media. So I'm really thankful for that experience
Isn't
and
that
the
crazy?
opportunities. Yeah.
And it sounds so. Actually, let me ask you this. I don't want to put words in your mouth. Was there an intention to be as big as you guys ended up getting? Was there ever
No,
that?
no. It was just something we were doing for fun, kind of
Yeah.
posting our journey along the way, or like when we graduated, taking pictures and posting, kind of just for us to look back on one
Yeah.
day too. And it's true, when I look back, I'm like, oh my gosh, things are so different.
Yeah.
I take pictures like every year on my anniversary of being a hygienist, and I, post it, and it's nice to look back on for ourselves. We just never expected to get the following that we have, but it's been amazing. Like the community is just great. People who reach out to us and ask for for advice or have questions for us. It's just really great to kind of see the community come together. And even walking around these conferences, it's just really nice. It kind of all
I
comes
bet.
together.
I
Yeah.
I bet. Well, and I think it's just like it's one of those things, and I talked about this a little bit off air the other day when we met. There's something about kind of like the younger generation that enjoys a sense of community, but it's not the same as kind of like the community that I grew up with, which was, social media wasn't necessarily the thing. And then our version of social media isn't really community still. It's still like about I don't wanna say look at me, but it's like, "Hey, look at me." It's like, "Hey, here's intention. I'm really popular than sponsor my course or whatever." Yeah, like all that kind of stuff like that. People use the social media as like a tool as opposed to, "Hey, we're just like organically trying to find like-minded individuals who think like us, who appreciate what we do, we appreciate what they do, and they come together, kind of help each other out." I feel like that's what you guys have really done really
Yeah.
well.
Thanks.
And I'm grateful for you guys doing that stuff because right now, the younger hygienists need you more than ever. Are they sending you like, "Hey, I am struggling being a hygienist" type posts? Or like, what are they sending to you guys?
Usually when they send us messages, they kind of want to know the process of like getting into school. So I think there's a really big demand for people who aren't yet hygienists, but kind of want to see the day in the life or what to expect when they graduate. Because even when I was looking into going into hygiene, like I didn't really do my research to be honest, and there
Same.
wasn't there wasn't really anything out there where I could watch
Yeah.
to kind of see what a day in the life would be.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we get a lot of people following us, kind of wanting to see what their day would look like
Yeah.
and kind of the setup and yeah, like courses and how that kind of goes.
Your partner's named Kendra, right?
Yeah, Kendra.
Who's funnier between the two of you?
Definitely Kendra, like
Really?
for sure.
Okay. You're like,
Yeah.
well, that's not even a question. That's a bad question there, Andrew.
That's
Like,
a fact.
that's what happens. So is she the one that says, "Hey, let's do this type of video. Let's do this kind of a thing"?
She's definitely the more outgoing one of the
Yeah.
two of us. I have like no rhythm. Like if you scroll back, which I don't recommend, but there's like a lot of dancing videos. Not
Yeah.
my proudest moments. I have
Yeah,
like
yeah.
no rhythm, but Kendra kills it every time. Like she's definitely a little bit more out there than me, but it goes over really well. I think we balance each other out.
And that's necessary. Like, you
Yes.
can't be the same, otherwise it's gonna be a catastrophe. So did you meet her in school? That was the first time you
Yeah.
met? And then was it like an instant click, or was it like, "All right, she's a little much over there dancing all the time. I just like, I don't know, I wanna be quiet over here in my corner."
No, we met in assisting school actually. So she did assisting
Oh,
as
okay.
well prior to,
Okay.
and we had a mutual friend. I had went to high school with her and she was like, "Oh, my friend is going into hygiene too or assisting too. Like you guys should meet up." So on the first day, we like figured out a spot we were going to meet like in front of the library and I was like, "Okay, I'm wearing this roots sweater. Like I'm sitting on the couch. Come find me." And that's kind of how we met and we just yeah, we clicked right away and then we did hygiene together. So it's and we worked together after we graduated too. So it was
What the
yeah,
what?
we've been together through a lot.
Oh my gosh. I wanna talk about your kind of newly found-ish speaking experiences, right? It's been we were talking listeners off air, and it was like it kind of felt like 0 to 60, like, not very much, like, nothing, and then a
Yeah.
bunch.
Yes.
So first of all, where have you and where are you speaking, in this year?
Yeah. Well, this year I spoke at the Pacific Dental Conference in Vancouver. I spoke at the annual spring meeting in Toronto with the Ontario Dental Association. And then this is my third and last one for this year. It was the RDH Under One Roof. And yeah, I was looking forward to this one very much because it was the 25th anniversary. I
Yeah.
spoke on my 25th birthday, so it was really great.
I saw
Everyone
the video of the people saying
yeah,
happy birthday
everyone
to
sung
you.
happy birthday to me. It
Well,
was
that was
so
nice.
great. Yeah. So very
Oh.
memorable.
And look, to keep your the other conferences happy, you don't have to admit that this is your favorite one out of all of them, even though I can see in your eyes that it obviously was. Tell me though about like the general conference that everyone is invited to versus a hygiene
Yeah.
specific conference like this. What did you find that was either surprising or something that you expected that was still pleasantly expected?
Yeah, what I liked about RDH Under One Roof specifically was I mean, of course, it's hygiene oriented, but they had a
Mhm.
lot of like after parties or like PJ parties or like things like
Yeah.
that, glow parties, and that doesn't normally happen at a regular conference. It's kind of like you go to the exhibit floor, you go to your CE, and there's like a few like after parties after, but it's like oh, you dress up, it's like formal, and
Yeah.
this was just a lot more like casual, fun. Everyone is like so happy
PJs are
around
pretty
here.
darn casual.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah,
can't get
that's
more
as
cash than
that's
some
yeah, that's
pajamas.
as casual casual as it gets,
Yeah.
but it was just really good vibes. Everyone was so nice and friendly and like so welcoming.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
No, it's a good one. Yeah, I've been coming here for a long time. They've always been very accommodating to the podcast, but really just anybody that's either an up and comer, someone that just wants to kind of network with people who maybe have already been doing it for a while. There's a
Yeah.
ton of industry people. I won't say who it is, but she's right over there. She's been doing this probably about 35 years. Like she
Wow.
not at the under one roof, but just in the hygiene space. Everyone knows who
Yeah.
she is. And you can walk up to her. She's the nicest person. And she'll be like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, I'll help you with whatever you want." I'm like, "Really? That's so nice." And so there's a different vibe here where it's like, it's really inclusive. It's really like kind and
Yeah.
loving and all that kind of stuff
Yeah.
too. So it's really fun.
Even at the pool, there was like I was at the pool and I think someone was wearing like a hat or something from one of the booths,
Yeah.
and someone else came up and they were like, here for the conference too?" And everyone was like bonding at the pool because
That's
everyone was all here for the same thing.
that's all.
It was really fun.
And this was the day before classes started, everyone. That's what she
Yeah,
was trying to
yeah,
say.
we didn't.
Don't worry.
We all
No
went
one
to
was
our
skipping.
no, we all went to our seat.
All right, let's get into something that really excites me about this is you have decided that you're going to open your own practice.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about one, what was the impetus of that? Why did you decide that, hey, I can do this? First of all, because it's a really hard undertaking. Two, like, what are you expecting it to be when it's all said and done?
Yeah. Well, I'm opening with a business partner, actually. She's also a hygienist. She's been in the field for like 30 years and she did assisting first. She taught at the school. She was my teacher,
Oh,
like
nice.
way back when. So it's very full circle. And, we worked together and we kind of just had enough of that like corporate life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And business model. And we were like, you know what? Like, we should just do this ourselves. And we found out we can hire a dentist in Canada. Not exactly hire, it's more of like a chair rental agreement, but yeah, so we were like, you know what, let's look into this. And she ended up finding an oral surgeon's office that was up for rent. He was retiring. And we were like, this would be perfect. It's on one of the main streets that we're opening in. And it really snowballed very fast. Like we started talking about it in like January or February of this year. And it's like August that we're
Holy
opening. So
moly.
it's happened really fast. But once you have like the right team of people behind you who've done it 1,000 times,
Yeah.
they take it over and they do a great job and things happen really fast.
Can we go back to the chair rental agreement? What is that like?
Yeah.
So in the States, a lot of times it'll basically be an associateship. A doctor would
Right.
come in and work for somebody else, and then there would be
Right.
essentially a profit share. Like, hey, whatever your
Right.
production is, you get 30%. What
Yeah.
does this look like for you guys?
So, in Canada, we can't exactly fee split. So it's just basically a chair rental agreement, kind of like how a hairdresser would rent a chair at a salon.
Mhm.
It's kind of the similar thing. It's just
Okay.
based off like estimated production. And they give you like a certain amount to like rent that chair from you.
And and this is a model that works.
Yeah, yeah.
It sounds so okay. So let me just make sure I'm understanding. So the dentist will then say, "Hey, I agree to rent this chair from you, the business owner.
Yep.
I will give you X number of dollars
Yeah.
per day, per week, per
Mhm.
month, per whatever." And then on their side, is it their responsibility then for marketing and trying to get people in the chair, or is that something you
No.
all do? Like,
Yeah.
how does that part work?
Yeah, we're in charge of all the marketing. So it basically really does run like a normal dental office. It just looks a little bit different in terms of like you can't say it's an associateship
Yeah.
because the governing college doesn't
Yeah.
allow that for the dentists. So yeah, we're in charge of like all the marketing, kind of typical.
So are they then reliant upon you then to make sure that enough patients come through the door?
Yeah,
'Cause
kind
that's
of.
a big like leap of faith, I think, for the dentist to like
For
really be
sure.
like, hey, I trust that these people aren't
For
gonna
sure.
ruin my business.
Yeah, no, when we started looking into it, I was like, so what is the incentive for like a dentist to work for me? Like I didn't understand. But it kind of gives them the autonomy as if they own an office without
Mhm.
actually owning an office and like having
Right.
to do all the back end stuff. So they can still kind of just come in and do dentistry and go home and leave their work at the office.
Yeah.
And they don't have like a principal dentist coming in and saying, well, I want that root canal, I want that crown, because I can't take it from them. So whatever they diagnose and whatever they treatment plan is theirs to do. So it's a pretty good model. Just a little different. It's pretty popular in the GTA, like the Toronto area. Little different where we're doing it. It's a new concept, so it might be a little harder for people to kind of wrap their head around, but it's becoming more popular. So
So how does then the hygiene model work then based off of that? So is it the hygiene procedures are Is it a chair rental agreement for the hygienist that's also there? Like, how does that part work?
Yeah, it's different for us. We do two different fee guides because it's technically like a hygiene office just with a
Mhm,
dentist working there.
mhm.
So we go off our college's fee guide, and then the dentist would go off their college's.
Can
Um,
you clarify college? Because college is different for
oh,
us, I think, here.
okay. It's just like our governing body.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they get to set those fees?
They do. Oh, it is so different in the States.
Yeah.
It's very different. I forgot about that. Yes, they set the fees. So it's
Interesting.
different in Canada. We have a set fee guide,
Okay.
and technically you can charge more, but insurance will only cover whatever the fee guide suggests. Yeah. So it's very different.
Okay, so sorry.
It's okay. I've heard
Here we
even
go.
like hygiene is different because we scale
Hygiene
all
is
the
way
teeth
different.
at once. And I've heard you guys do it in quads.
Mm-mm.
And there's like different codes for like a perio patient versus it's crazy to wrap my head
Come
around.
visit me in Tampa one day. I will take you to one of our offices and I will show you
Oh my
how
gosh,
kind of
yes.
complicated it can be. So, but the reverse is also true. Like your model doesn't actually make sense to me because it's not what I grew up doing and
Yeah.
understanding. So, hold on. So when you talk about the insurances, is this like government insurance? Is this private insurance? Have all the insurance companies that might whatever agree to the same price, or do they have individual contracted fees with each individual practice?
No, it's just our like governing body sets the price and like
Yeah.
those insurance companies like are just in agreement with them. I don't think it's like a thing that they go back and forth about. And the fee guide does go up every year a little
Yeah.
bit by like a few dollars for everything. And it's kind of yeah, there's a private insurance and then there's also the government insurance plan. So they're a little
But
bit different, but
they both relatively cover the same ish stuff.
yeah, ish.
Okay.
Yeah. Everyone's insurance is a little different. Like some people cover like 100% and some cover 80 and then they have that like 20% copay.
I don't want to say Canada's doing it right, but like this sounds like the dream a little bit.
It doesn't matter if you
Freaking
go
love it.
to Toronto or if you go to I don't know, anywhere else in Ontario, it's like the same price.
All right. So the patients though, the patients must have a I don't think you have a frame of reference for this, but I would imagine that they trust you more because the fees are the same. Because there's not like a price gouging opportunity for you all, right? Like, I mean,
You would
what's the
think.
relationship with your patients?
I mean, they just don't know any different, and I don't think patients know that there's a fee guide.
Mm.
So they think we're just making up these prices, and it's really not the case. It's, like, set for us, and we just have to follow it.
But if they go to a different office, it's going to be the same,
It's
right?
the same. Some will give, like, little discounts. Some will maybe use, like, a fee guide from the year before, so it's a little bit cheaper just depending where you go, but, like, for the most part, it's pretty standard to use, like, the 2025 fee guide.
One thing I didn't tell you when we were in the break, you mentioned that, the fees go up, a little bit every
Mhm.
single year.
Yeah.
Ours has been the same since like 85. It's the same
Wow.
$1,500 that we've always been the patients get to use in our offices, and that's it. I don't actually know if
Really?
that's the right date, but like, yeah, for
Wow.
like 40 years it's been and
Okay.
doesn't go up. It's not like last
Interesting.
year the patient had $1,500 to spend on whatever their needs were,
Yeah.
and then it goes to 15, 20, or
Yeah.
15, 30. It doesn't do that. It's
Yeah.
just as long as I've been in dentistry, it's
Mm.
either $1,000 or 1,500. I think there's some $2,000 plans, but not many.
Okay.
Isn't that
Okay.
crazy?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
So it
I
doesn't matter
mean,
if the cost of goods goes up. The doctors slash offices have to eat that margin.
okay, interesting. We just like charge the difference if their insurance doesn't cover it anymore. But
Isn't that
I don't know.
crazy?
That's
Like
just how it works.
we call those write-offs.
That,
So
yeah.
we lose that
Yeah.
money. Anyways.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't
Oh, I
realize.
love Canada even more now. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about what those fees look like. So it is not uncommon for like we call them the UCR, the list fees to be $300 a quad, $265 a quad for periotherapy. Pro fees can be $100 to $150 depending on where you're at in the area. What kind of fees are you charging for this?
So we go by units. So units are 15 minutes increments, and that's like a unit of time. So if someone comes in for like a scale appointment between their recalls, we'll charge like 3 units of scale. So that's like 45 minutes of cleaning, and it's $200 for the entire mouth, which is crazy now that I hear how it's
Uh,
done here.
as we lose all of our US based patients to Canada for their dental work, that is
Yeah. I
insane.
mean, if we ever like, if someone has really bad perio, we refer them to a specialist, and it's a little bit more, but we never really do like quad dentistry for cleanings unless someone has like really bad perio. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
do like the right side for one appointment and freeze them and then do the left side for the other one. Um,
Anesthetize for us US
yeah. Oh,
listeners.
yeah. We say freeze a lot. Someone else told me you guys don't say that over here.
Uh, no, I was on a mission trip one time with a Canadian dentist, and he's like, "Hey, can you go freeze my patient or whatever?" I'm like, or whatever he said. I'm like, "Sorry, what?" Say that again. He's like, "Oh, no, no, that's how we say it over here." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So,
Yeah, anesthetize.
anyways, yeah. So we anesthetize the patient. Okay. So, okay. So I think I took us off the rails several times on this. I kind of want to get back to signing up this practice. So this is a wonderful opportunity. It's a little bit scary. It's a little bit nerve wracking. It's a little bit all of the different things. At the end of all of this setup, like, what are you hoping to achieve? Is this a like a boutique type setting? Is this a just higher end setting? Is this a, hey, just like a chill vibe set? Like, what are you
Yeah.
looking for?
We're going for the chill vibe, very different from the corporate lifestyle that we're used to. We really want to accommodate people that can't take time off work during the week and that require weekend appointments or late evening appointments where we're opening our office. There's a lot of migrant workers, there's a lot of farms. So we really want to accommodate to those people who's never had dental care before, which is such a great thing that we're able to provide care for these people. So we definitely want to work with their schedule, offer times and availability that works best for them so we can get them in the door. And, because it's their first time and even other patients as well who are just living in the area, we want like a very spa like relaxing, like nature vibes. It's going to be like cream walls, lots of plants. Like we want it to be relaxing. So people, they're scared to come to the dentist.
Yeah.
The first impression is so important. So when we walk in, we just want it to be very relaxing and welcoming and tranquil. And hopefully it puts their nerves at ease.
Do you have a my assumption is that you're going to be hiring more dental hygienists also.
Mhm.
Do you have any trepidation about like hiring hygienists and like being like their boss? Does that feel a little bit
Um,
weird, like to be the business owner now instead of
it's
just being like a lead
strange.
or whatever?
Yeah, it's weird. I never thought that it would come to this, which is like I'm so thankful that it has, but it's just it happened so fast and I just never thought this was possible, so I feel like I'm still kind of not fully believing that it's happening. But yeah, it's very weird thinking that I'm gonna be the boss.
Yeah, yeah,
Right now, because my partner is a hygienist too, one of us will be doing hygiene, one will kind of be doing front desk until things get busy and we could do double hygiene. So we'll kind of be alternating between the front and the back, which is nice. I'll be able to learn how to do insurance and bill people out and all that good stuff.
yeah,
Makes me a well-rounded practice owner,
yeah,
hopefully, to kind of be
yeah,
able to do it all. So we probably won't be hiring someone for like a little bit for hygiene.
yeah,
But yeah, I think it'll be good. We're just looking for people who kind of have the same mindset and vibe as us. We don't want, the drama that you see sometimes in a corporate
yeah.
office. We want it to just be like happy vibes. And everyone that we're interviewing for like assistant positions or, dentist positions, I just keep telling them we really want it to be fun. We're kind of like a family. Like we spend so much time together. You probably see us more than you see your own family
Ah,
at home.
yeah,
So we want to do fun lunches, fun dinners, like go paddle boarding, go make pottery together, like fun things like that to really team build and bond
yeah.
because we spend so much time together and we want it to be a good work environment.
Are you all responsible for the dentist's supplies and products and stuff like that too?
Yeah, we'll be
That's something.
supplying all of it.
How does that work for if they have like specific brands they want to use or things like that? How
Yeah.
does that conversation go?
Right now, just because we don't have someone signed just yet, although hopefully by the time this this airs, we'll be
Yeah,
up and running
seriously.
with a dentist. But I was working with my dental rep, the people who are building out the office, and we just asked, what is like a standard extraction kit? What is a standard root canal kit? And we just kind of bought enough stuff and whatever they recommended to get them through.
Yeah.
And then I said, once we, hire someone, if they have any preferences, favorite products, or specific things for extractions that they want, like we're happy to buy it for them. Like we just want them to be happy.
Yeah, no, I like
Yeah.
that. No, and that goes back to the vibe of like, hey, we're a family. I want you to be happy, productive in the chair. Let's have a long-term agreement. Like it's just all about like, stability in the office
Yes.
and
And
all of that.
it's such a nice feeling. I mean, even right now, it's floors are trenched, like it's a hot mess in there, it's construction zone. But walking in and just feeling like, oh, this is mine. Like it just
Yeah.
feels different when you walk in. So it's
Yeah.
such a
I'm
good
excited for
feeling.
you. I know I'm
Thank
excited for you. And
you.
hopefully you'll come back and give us an update on when like things are
Yes,
up and running a little bit.
for sure.
After the first several months, which I'm sure are going to be a little bit rough, and you're going to want to pull your
Yeah.
hair out just a little bit.
Some growing pains.
No, and again, thank you for making the time here under one roof. I know how busy you
Yeah,
are.
of
This is
course.
awesome. If anyone wanted to reach out to you, ask you more questions about, what it's like for your journey, we will talk about, hit you guys up on social media or whatever. How can they
Yeah.
find you?
They can definitely email me. I'm pretty um on my emails a lot, so I won't miss an email if they
Let
wanted to
me
reach
see.
out that way, or just messaging on our account as well. I'll see it in the request. Oh, it's siannat2000@gmail.com.
Okay, and we'll make sure we
Yeah.
put that in the show notes for everybody, and they
Okay,
can link to
cool.
it, or you guys can just write down, just remember it, whatever. Find her on Instagram. All right. Thank you again so much for being
Yeah,
here.
thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, this is oh yeah, a tale of two hygienists. So there might be only one, bringing the best of dental knowledge, and we do it all with ease. We cover oral health and screening, and preventing gum disease. We're gonna do a lot of learning, and have a little bit of fun working at the dentist. A tale of two hygienists.